Silver and gold are a great hedge against inflation. Bullshit. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Empire Precious Metals. Stormy here. Today I want to talk to you about why silver and gold are horrible investments when it comes to being hedges against inflation. Here's the thing. When I am talking about hedge against inflation, I am talking about the normal, steady inflation increase and the weakening of the dollar. We are in something very, very different right now. At the time of the recording of this video, we are seeing that inflation is now at 9.1%. That's a 40-year high. Now what the Fed is doing to combat inflation is to increase interest rates. And when interest rates increase, we see a weakening of silver and gold because the dollar gets stronger. So whenever we have a strong dollar, we've got this stuff here becoming weaker and weaker. Now, typically, when you tell people silver and gold is a great hedge against inflation, that makes sense on a normal year. When we're not in times like these, typically you see about a 2% drop in the value of the United States dollar, thereby keeping the value of silver and gold pretty strong. If not, you'll see an increase in value over time. When we are in these situations with increased inflation at 9.1%, and we are seeing silver down at $18 and change and gold right around $1,700, people that used to cling to that hedge against inflation mantra, it's now starting to be a very difficult thing or argument for them to say that it's a great hedge against inflation, because we are seeing right now that that's not the case. And now that we're seeing that silver and gold is worth less than it was a year or two ago, now people are going to start getting very disgruntled, very angry about the investments that they made into silver and gold. Now, silver and gold, I've said for a very long time, as have other people that are creating content about this stuff here, silver and gold is a long-term play. This isn't something that you want to be buying and selling regularly. That is something entirely different. That is if you are a buyer or a reseller. That's something that I do, local coin shops do, and something that a lot of people in social media are getting into. It is a good way to make some extra money. But if you're just like your everyday person and you're not really buying silver and gold to flip it for profit, and you're just looking to buy and hold it, then it's a very long-term play. You can't look at your gold and silver prices drop and then start to panic that your portfolio is starting to take a hit. We're seeing this across the board in everything, right? Crypto, NFTs, collectibles, silver, gold. I mean, it's stock market. It's pretty much across the board. Right now, though, the only thing that seems to be doing relatively well is real estate. I'm going to actually put a link down below for this article that I think is very interesting, showing that silver and gold is not a good hedge against inflation, and that, in fact, real estate seems to be the really good hedge against inflation. And in particular, real estate investment trusts, also known as REITs. That seems to be something that a lot of people are putting their money into and that they seem to get very good returns on. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to go invest in real estate investment trusts. I'm just telling you that this article here is discussing why silver and gold are horrible hedges against inflation, and what you could be putting your money into to combat this increase of inflation that we are seeing right now. It seems that everybody is pretty much exposed for the most part. You don't want to just leave your cash sitting there in a pile because it's getting weaker and weaker. The cost of goods and services are getting increasingly expensive. So your dollar has less power to buy what you were able to yesterday and the day before. When you are looking at silver and gold is less likely to buy you what you were able to about a year or two ago. So what is it that you should be doing with silver and gold? Is this a horrible investment? I don't think that silver and gold is a horrible investment. Again, I don't even necessarily look at it exactly like an investment. It's kind of like one of those hybrid things. Yes, it's a little bit of an investment because you're putting your money into it with the expectation that it's going to be worth more down the road. Some people argue that it's not an investment, that it's just another form of money, and that you just put your money in silver and gold and it's just like another form. But I disagree, because it is something that they're looking to see increases in value down the road. Then when I ask them, so wait a minute, if it's not an investment, you're putting your money into silver and gold, what's the purpose then? You're not looking to see if this is going to increase in value. They might say they're looking at it from a prepping standpoint. If there's an economic collapse and there's an SHTF situation, that they're going to want to have silver and gold there as a way to protect them, that's a different story. We're talking about hedges against inflation, and we are talking about this from an investment lens. And we're talking about whether or not this truly can protect you. Now, again, time will show that over the last couple thousand years, okay, the value of silver and gold have stood the test of time. It's something that a lot of rich people put their money into. A lot of banks buy silver and gold, as well as central banks for different nations. So silver and gold definitely has value. I'm not saying that you should get out of it. Maybe you would want to consider scaling back right now and not going completely nuts and backing the truck up when buying silver and gold. You need to have a very steady approach at buying silver and gold, because right now I can tell you from a reseller's perspective, this is a very challenging time, not just for myself, but for other coin shops and for other bullion dealers. Because while the prices are high and people were buying at those highs, now that spot prices have dropped, we are seeing that the acquisition costs of silver and gold continue to be high, but the purchasing from consumers and customers and people that are stacking silver and gold, they are seeing the spot prices drop, and they still psychologically expect to see lower silver and gold premiums. That is also something right now that is a very challenging thing, because typically in the past, when silver and gold spot prices would drop, we would see that silver and gold premiums would also drop. But now this isn't the case. For the last couple of years, we've seen, and I've talked about this, we've seen a split in spot prices and the physical metals prices. Premiums maintain their hold. They'll come down a little bit, but we are still seeing these tremendous spreads. We're looking at $10 to $12 differences between silver and the price of a silver eagle. We are seeing that the prices of gold eagles right now are still going for about $150 to $200 over spot. So you have to look at it with a steady approach. Now, in times of hyperinflation like right now, 9.1%, is this a hedge against inflation? Not if the Fed continues to increase interest rates, because every time they do that, it definitely weakens the metals prices. So now we're going to be in this situation for the next couple of months, knock on wood, where we're going to see a continual increase in inflation, a continual increase in the Fed rates, and then because of the interest rates are going to continue to increase, the dollar is going to continue to get stronger, and we're going to see silver and gold continue to get beat down. So, my opinion, you should continue to buy silver and gold. You should be doing it slowly, methodically, and over a long period of time, dollar cost average down. If you were one of the people that were unfortunate to get into stacking just 2 years ago, you were getting in when things were really, really high. Now would be a time for you to be buying silver and gold at some lower rates. But do it, like I said, on a budget, conscientiously, slowly, methodically. Don't just go and see there's a dip. You're going to just go and try to time the market and buy tons of silver and gold, and then just about a week, 2, 3 weeks later, you're going to see prices continue to drop. You're going to wish that you had some of that cash to buy some silver and gold at those other lower rates. So continue to dollar cost average down. Make sure you do your homework. And I'm curious if you think silver and gold is a really good hedge against inflation, or are you sick and tired of this stuff? And do you think that this is just utter nonsense and just a bunch of BS, and you wish you never put your money in silver and gold? Let us know in the comments down below. And I would like to quickly thank these elite channel supporters. And if you haven't already become a channel member, please check out the awesome perks and join today. With that, this is Empire Precious Metals. Until next time, long live the Empire.